I'm going to be part of it by God's grace. I'm making all effort to make sure that I should be in Fontem to really see the equipment and also appreciate what our brothers and sisters from the diaspora and the Kudo in general have done. And also, I would like to encourage any son of the daughter of Lebang to know that development starts with roots, and there is no way you can develop without roots. And if there is a possibility for people to bring all their families that are earning a little income, and they are able to contribute even their 1,000 francs for the development of the road project, that will be used. The money will be used for purchases of a camion that can carry seawall or F to use in that road, since we already have the compactor on the way.
So I want to ask if you're a member of Lekudo and if you have contributed for the project.
I'm presently number 83 inside Lekudo Boya.
And have you contributed for the project?
Actually, when we heard of the contribution, I was so much excited. I said, this is what I have been thinking, because the road project, when I was young, I used to see PWD, that the councils have their own equipments, but now that they don't have, how do we do in order to ameliorate the road? And the road has been very, very deplorable. But now, as of now, that I have contributed in so many dimensions. I've contributed in the Kudo, I've contributed as in Kem, I've contributed as a Bela, so I am fully inside the contribution of the road project in Lebang.
The Lebang Road Equipment Project is a community-driven initiative focused on enhancing road infrastructure in Lebang. With equipment purchased through the contributions of Lebang citizens worldwide, it is a global collaboration for local progress. While Lebang sons and daughters are excited about the project and the blessing ceremony which will take place on the 15th, Mr. Ndi Nkemaleng Gregory raised a worry in a previous report about the management of the project.
Not only the equipment, the maintenance, the personnel, and this is where I get a little bit jittery because, a whole technical department has to be set up to run those equipment. And it goes from financial through to technical management. And you know, road construction equipment, especially brands like Caterpillar, they are so sensitive in that if you use, there is no interchangeability of parts. If you have to repair a Caterpillar, you must buy only a Caterpillar spare part. If you go and buy a spare part of another make, it may never really work.
To gain further insights into the project's success factors, we spoke with Professor Leken Kembeng Walter, who emphasized that a management board alone is insufficient.
According to the policy which was drafted by the road committee, there are certain criteria that will be used to judge or maybe to approve the management board, like their participation profile, their professional profile, their financial character in the community. So what can you say about these criteria?
I think the criteria set in place by the management, I think is but fitting, because if you are not been participating in development issues in the community, why should they then appoint you to go into the management board? You must be someone who has been actively participating in developmental issues in Lebang to be able to be fitted to be appointed to get into that board. Then your next criteria you see is about
Professional profile.
Yeah, professional profile, yes. Well, professionalism is good in terms of equipment management, or maybe you have been in the field before, but to me strictly it should not be more of a concern, but someone who has a deep interest and concern for that equipment. Yes, because you could be professionally apt but they are nonchalant about what is happening with the equipment. So it should be someone who has deep interest and love for the well-being of the equipment that should be fitting to be appointed into that board. And the next criteria is your financial, yes, I agree, because if you get someone who is not financially viable, the natural tendency will be that they'll be tempted to get into the fee and start using the equipment for their private interests. But it should be someone who is financially capable or financially fit to be appointed there, so that, I mean, at some point they may be willing to chip in something, should in case something happens with the equipment, before drawing the attention of the general body. So I think the criteria is fitting for me.
He recommends establishing a watchdog committee to secretly monitor the equipment operating separately from the management board.
Strategies do you suggest that can be used to better manage this equipment to avoid any misuse?
Beautiful. Yes, even though there is a policy that is going to appoint members of the management board, trust me, there's going to be a management board, but I also suggest that there should be a watchdog committee. That watchdog committee should not be made known to the management committee. Their role should be strictly to oversee exactly what is happening, to monitor what is happening with the equipment. You see, with man being who he is, man is often tempted. You can be very credible, honest, but at some point along the line you can be tempted to start digressing, to use the equipment for your private, for your private purposes, but not meant for the community. So if we put in place a watchdog committee that oversees the management committee, I think it's going to go a long way to oversee the proper management of the equipment.
Professor Leke further emphasizes that those entrusted with managing the equipment should be individuals who possess a genuine passion and interest in the equipment.
Equipment needs to be self-sustainable. That is true. And how can it be self-sustaining if they don't have a source of income that they can use the money to generate income that can be used to manage, to do the day-to-day maintenance of the equipment? So for me, I would rather suggest Lebang is made up of different communities, different villages. I'll take, for example, Fonga. If Fonga, for example, needs the equipment to do a road, I think they can cost it, but the cost should be very minimal, such that the Fonga people can pay for the use of the equipment, and in so doing, the money that they pay can be kept in the coffers, so that if something goes wrong with the equipment, they can easily use that money to maintain the equipment.
So, from what you are saying, that aligns with the policy, what is stated in the policy.
Okay, so I didn't even know. I've not read the policy myself.
Yes, because they said that anyone from Lebang or neighboring villages is allowed to rent the equipment for use, and there's certain procedures for hiring.
Good.
And there's a privilege for people who have contributed.
Right.
And it's stated there that those who have contributed will be given a discount.
Perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. So if for example, from a neighboring village or out of the Lebang Fundum, say the war is Sota, for example, if they were to hire the equipment, it's very obvious that they will not pay the same charge as someone who is from Lebang who has been contributing actively for the development of Lebang.
According to Professor Leke, to ensure the long-term sustainability of the equipment, the revenue generated from equipment rentals should be allocated towards maintenance costs, thereby eliminating the need for frequent fundraising appeals. As evidenced by the insights of both Mr. Dean Kemaleng and Professor Leke, the true strength of the Lebang Road Equipment Project lies not only in the equipment itself, but in the community's commitment to transparent and accountable management. For Gaza Media, I am Safe Mary.